Hello? Hello, hello? Hello? How are we all doing? Ah, stickers. Rock. Rock. Big fan of rock. It's a me. Yes. Hello. My audio setup is Panda. Hello. Hello, Panda. It's cute Panda. Yes, my audio setup is different today. I don't know if it sounds better, worse, clearer, messier, muddier, whatever. I'll have to look back at VODs and ascertain what I need to do to change it, but I do have a setup now that can be changed. I took the opportunity of everything breaking. Hello? Background music's getting loud. There we go. I took the opportunity of all of the audio drivers changing to change some hardware, so yeah. I can do fun stuff like EQ and compress and hang on, reverb. Hopefully that works. I can't actually hear it. So yeah, it did work. Cool. Right. So yes, there's some other effects on there, but the reverb's the best one. So yes. The voice of God. Possibly clipping ever so slightly, my apologies. So, streams. Where did we leave off? I'm not God. Not even a cult leader. We know this. So, yeah, this is a mixing desk that I sort of bought to use for live events and never did, so it's got multiple inputs and various bits and bobs of EQ and compression and effects and things that are far more use than I could possibly get out of these streams. But yeah, it's nice. I get to use it for once. Of course, you can't be the cult leader. You can't be the cult leader if you're the god. That's not the argument I will accept. The art is very good, as ever. Hello, Panda. And Kiro, indeed. Yeah. I just dropped the book, don't worry about me. Yes, art's very cool and very good. As ever, Miss has done a wonderful job. Seems to, for some reason, be upset that they've missed a couple of things off from the last stream. I wasn't expecting them to cover literally everything that happened in a stream, but there we go. Yeah, it's very cool. Thank you very much. It's very nice. And again, as always, at Just Miss Art on Twitter. It may not be there already, but it probably will be eventually. So, and you can see all their other excellent art and stuff. The compression's a little bit wobbly today, so we'll have to just kind of turn it down, make sure it doesn't peak too much. Yeah. Sorry, still working out balancing issues. Anyway. Streams and doodling and all these sorts of things. So, there we are. Emily's vote's already up there. And you're already here. Yay. Oh, well, the panda shows up on the stickers. That's cool. So, what are we doing? We are here. We've just helped out the friar. And I posited in the Discord earlier that the stickies show up, which is, yeah, that's cool. Yes, I posited earlier in the Discord where we should go from here just to save a little bit of time, and as it turns out, there was a bit of a split between the choices and the... Hello? Rock friend. Yeah, so the split was between whether or not Pal should go south from here, where we had the cloud and our friendly friend here, and try and link up to finish off this little patch, or whether we should head west from this branch over here. And by branch, I mean daffodil. So I suppose that should probably be the first choice, because I think there were 2 votes for each in the Discord. So yeah, just a simple question. Do you want to go west from the daffodil or south from the smooch thing? There's no one there, by the way. It's still empty. Recently abandoned, but no one's coming back. Yep, some atmospheric Skyrim music, taking a little bit of a break from the Adrian von Ziegler. Excellent music, but want a bit of variety every now and then. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything now, but it's there. Yeah, south from the Smooch booth or west from the Daffodil. I have also instigated, is that the word? Implemented a !inventory command, which will hopefully regurgitate an updated list of the items in your inventory so that you can keep track of things. There it goes. Marvellous. I could also leave notes beside certain objects, like the bar of gold, which we've trimmed a bit off, and the health vial, which is basically... It will increase your stamina. I put HP, but it's supposed to be stamina. By 4, it's essentially a provision you can use at any time. So yeah, that's a thing now. Yeah, so I don't know precisely what you want to do and where you want to go. But anyhow, are we all having a good day anyway? And or beginning to have a good day, and or winding up a good day. If not, who do we have to slap to make that happen? You're feeling good? Marvellous. Excellent. As your brain is pudding. That's a contentious issue in our chat. We'll leave that there. You worked 100,000 hours, but now you have a 4-day weekend. Hurrah! Huzzah and hurrah. Today was a good day. Marvellous. Today was fiddly and unproductive. Yeah, but I'm trying to work stuff out, so it's fine. Yeah. Right, what do we got? We have 4 votes. If it's north, east, south, and west, I'm going to be very disappointed. We have south from Smooch Booth, west from Daffodil, south from Smooch Booth, then west later, and then west. So I think that's a split. It's thundering a lot right now. Not raining though. This is fine. Yeah. I mean, it depends what part of the storm you really like. If it's the thunder you like, cool. If it's the rain, less so. You should have a lightning storm. On the one hand, you wanted to draw today, but whoops, you ended up watching Natsume ever since you came back from your walk. Well, I'm glad you found something you liked enough to watch basically all day, so yay. That's always nice when that happens. I say always, I don't think that's ever happened to me, but it sounds nice. It's very cute, that's a good start. I might boost... Hang on. This may affect volumes a little bit, except for that one guy. So I'm just trying to boost maybe the compression on this a little bit. Hopefully keep the audio in a tighter range. That's my guess. May make my voice a little boomier. I'm just trying to get... Yeah, I'm just trying to make the signal I can see in OBS look a little better, but that's difficult. Except for that one guy who you hate with all your heart for no reason. That happens occasionally. It was raining tremendously hard yesterday morning. There were several very close lightning strikes. Well, hopefully you're safe, and the people around you are safe. Yeah. Well, we seem to be at an impasse yet again, but what I'm going to say is we're going to go west, because 2 people said south, 2 people said west, but one of the souths contained a provisional west for later. So we're going to go west. I think that's the way it's going to happen. So yeah, we're going to go to the daffodils over here and head our way west. Right, so I need to pick the book back up because it fell on the floor. And I've already written down the... Oh, we're literally on the next page. That's nice. From where we were before. So, yeah, you hop down. Pal decides to... having arrived at the grove where they saw the giant beforehand, they decided to double back, work their way back to the frogs in their little marsh, past the smooching huts, past the well that caused them so much consternation and ankle wounds, and onto the little patch of daffodils where they saw before. But there's a little path to the west that they hadn't yet gone across. So they decide to follow it. Judges my mistreatment of book. It fell off the table, alright? Anyway, you should see the spine of this used to have like a kind of gold sort of thing to it. Just a sort of shiny gold sheen. As I've used this, most of that has worn off through basically one playthrough of this book, and it's like, this was not designed with this kind of book in mind. Yeah. Normal book, it'll probably be fine, but a book that you're constantly flipping backwards and forwards, it's a little more of an issue. Yes, 221. So, right. Oh, what a surprise. You arrive at a junction. Covered in lush green grass. Very flat area of land. You can see a little bit further, so I'm going to give you some clues as to things that are around. To the west. So yeah, the junction is split west and north. To the north, you can see some tree trunks and mud marshes, and to the west, you can see some fallen trees and what looks like a small person sitting on one of the logs of the trees. So, where do you want to go, north or west? Or somewhere else entirely. Attack book, that's not a good option. Right, so let's fill this in. I don't think this is the first thing I've drawn today, but it's close. So there's a kind of marshy, muddy land to the north you can see, and some fallen trees with seemingly somebody sitting on one of them. If my memory doesn't serve me incredibly poorly. Yeah, okay. It is not the first thing I've drawn today, no. Actually, I think the first thing I did today was the Bayonetta thing. Just colouring in the sketch I did yesterday. For the thumbnail, because I have a YouTube VOD account channel thing, which I should probably link to underneath the stream, shouldn't I? But yeah. Blasphemy. I mean, it's not far off. I haven't done much drawing today. Enthusiasm has been difficult to come by, but these things happen. Right, we have West, we have Vote. Not sure that's how that works. We have Cautiously approach small person and say hello if they appear friendly. And West cautiously. So everyone seems to want to head west, which is fine. Crispy YouTuber past them. Oh, we really need a honk sticker. Why does it not give us that? Right, so we continue west. Let's give the book description of what is west. Okay. As you are heading to the west through some fallen tree stumps, the tree stumps begin to get covered in mushrooms, fungi of various sorts. As you travel through, you see a small man with a long grey beard sitting cross-legged on top of one of these mushrooms. A very large mushroom. He's wearing a bright red jacket and a cap, and his trousers are black and end at his knees. He is asleep and snoring loudly. What do you want him to do? So yeah, just a reminder, as a small man, long grey beard, sitting on top of a mushroom. He's wearing a bright red jacket and cap. His trousers are black and end at the knees, which makes them shorts, I suppose. And he's asleep. So let's draw that, shall we? It says cap. I presume it means like a kind of fantasy sort of style cap, sort of like that. Got a big beard, which makes facial sculpting relatively straightforward. I don't think it said anything particularly about hair. It's a suit, yes. Look, I was tired that stream. I feel like I need to do like sort of exercises with regards to like kind of concentration and like improv and things like that, because I feel like I'm falling out of practice of it, even though I stream like 4 times a week, you know. I suppose the lack of most other social interactions is causing a little bit of a drain on that sort of side of things. Hey, you have to shout at me on Triforce's behalf. Ah, that's fair enough. So I'm trying to get the outfit relatively accurate to what was described, given my history with these things. Anatomy, how you fail me. Or how I fail you, more accurately. Not sure what's going on with this baby head. This is more of a cherub than the cherubs I tried to draw yesterday. It's a bit better. Vodforce! Yeah, Vodforce. Anna and Tommy, the most elusive things to get right in art. Yes, they are the couple of an artist's bane, as it were. That's not English. I'm bad at English as well. Need to get back into writing. Don't know what's going on with the feet. I used Crocs yesterday, so have some that sort of Cuban heel kind of thing. How do heels work? Thigh-high boot? They could be thigh-high. Why not? That's evidently why they're wearing the short trousers, is to show off the thigh-highs. As well you ought. Anatomy, what are you doing exactly? Avocado, love. Avocado toast. Thank you very much, Kiro. It's very kind of you. By the way, apologies for not doing as much hosting as I feel like I ought to. I keep forgetting it's a thing, and I keep forgetting it's not automatic. If they ever implement an auto-host feature, I'm sure I will use it to its utmost.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks.
It did not occur to me that that might come across as "please host me." That's not what. That wasn't the intention. But thank you anyway. I have no thighs. I have loads of thighs. Oh, those are knee-high boots. Oh, I see. I mean, you're assuming they end there. Like, that's just layer 1. Like, I'm not finished.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks.
And I may possibly have confused Gusenberg. Hello. Thank you very much for following. How you doing? You don't have to speak, obviously. It's entirely up to you. But yeah. You're sick, but you're actually okay. Hope all is well. Fantastic. Well, not fantastic that you're sick, obviously, but yeah. Hopefully your sickness can clear up. Do you know where the thigh is located on the body? Yes, I know. It's under the elbow. It's fine. Look, I'm an idiot. Don't worry about it. These were thigh-high boots, but for a much smaller creature with big feet compared to size. Right. So, speaking of anatomy, let's bring that down to tad. I don't know what it said for the upper part, so. Beards are good for covering these things. Mushrooms need spots. This one's also got stars. This one has squares. This one's blank. Right. Viber? What? What are you talking about? The last one has triangles. The last one has non-Euclidean triangles. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right. We've met a friend. Well, we've met a person anyway, and by met I mean crept up behind. What are we going to do? We have 2 votes for see if he's armed. If not, call out to wake him up. 1 for see, 2 also for see if he's armed. If not, call out to wake up. Just without a full stop at the end. And 1 for Robin Blind. What about a scalene triangle? Ah, the scalene triangle. Where are we? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Just looking past things. So, we are generally going to see if he's armed, and if not, call out to wake him up. Pal sort of gently looks around the old fellow, and sees no immediate weaponry on the person. No swords, no daggers, hammers, anything like that. And as a consequence, decides to call out to wake up the friend and say hello. Where are we? Let's do this. As Pal calls out, possibly does it a little bit too loudly for this little friend, the small man wakes up with a start, loses his balance, and falls off the mushroom, headfirst into the mud beneath. He curses as he lands the ground, and jumps back up onto the mushroom shouting, "Who did that? Who did that?" He looks at you and frowns. And you discover relatively quickly that he is a gnome. A gnome who you have made slightly angry. How do you wish to respond? Usually find caterpillars on mushrooms? Oh, there's probably one there somewhere. Why did I give him legs? Caterpillars don't have legs, do they? They're sort of segmented floppy things. I'm thinking of millipedes, centipedes. I'm sure they've got a couple of legs. A genome. Well, we were thinking about doing Metal Gear Solid for the next one of these. Kick him in the kidneys? What? There's sharks? Sharks? What? Oh, the hammerhead. Oh, I see. Yeah, we are looking for a hammerhead. Just in case anybody has fallen behind on the story. We're PAL. We are currently engaged on the quest to avenge the death of poor Big Leg, who died trying to find the Hammer of Gillibrand, and you have been informed that the hammer is in 2 pieces, the handle of which you have now found, and it is in your inventory, and the head of which is still elusive. It's made of bronze, and it has the letter G carved into it. You're finding this to try and help out the dwarves so that they get themselves together for when the trolls come and ruin everything. Right, so... Release the pain, bees. That's Metal Gear Solid 3. We'll see if we can get further with that. We could probably, because if we're going to do, Final Fantasy and Metal Gear, we could, alternate the games. Because they're quite long series, both of them. So, an interesting series. Although I haven't played 4, so... So we could do, Final Fantasy 7, Metal Gear, Final Fantasy 8, Metal Gear Solid 2, Final Fantasy 9, Metal Gear Solid 3, something like that. Final Fantasy 10, and then I'm lost. Right, what are we doing? We have 2 votes for Apologise, 1 for Oops Soz, that's basically the same thing, 1 for Kick Him in the Kidneys, because our good friend Emily is here, and we have 1 for Apologise, and ask him if he knows where the hammerhead is. Where is the thing where I did the thing? Okay, cool. So, turn to the page. Pal profusely apologises for accidentally startling the gnome friend, saying he didn't intend to by any means. The gnome looks suspicious, but offers to shake your hand, and you do. It's not a trick or anything. You then inform him that you're looking for a hammerhead, a bronze hammerhead that you're looking for because old Big Leg, rest in peace, asked you to find it. You ask if he has any information that might lead to the whereabouts of where this hammerhead is. The gnome says that he might give you something that might be useful. So a bit of information that he does know. However, he's not going to give it to you for free. He's going to want 5 gold pieces or something of significant value from your backpack, if you wish this information. So yes, he's offering you information, but for the cost of either 5 gold pieces or something of significant value from your backpack. By significant value, I mean he's probably not going to accept some shards of clay. We can smooch when we leave, assuming they wish to. So yes, just to reiterate, the gnome is asking for money for information with regards to the whereabouts of the hammerhead. I'm gonna have to start making a new icon for the gold bar if we're gonna keep shaving bits off it, I suppose. But that's, I suppose, what it's for. So what have we got? We got 2 votes for shave the equivalent of 5 gold off of the gold bar, I guess. 1 for a big fucking smooch, and 1 for barter him down to 3 gold. So it sounds like we're going to shave some gold. Right. We're happy. Well, you are discussing more things in chat, so I'll give you a little bit more time. 1 gold and a smooch. You highly value your smooches. It's worth 4 gold pieces. You know of a very knowledgeable crow. I suppose the crow only cost 1 gold, didn't it? Did it cost 1 gold? Yeah, because it had to get up to 20. 3 gold, a song, maybe a smooch. Maybe. So we are now down to 2 votes for 3, as opposed to 1 for 5, and 1 for just a smooch. Oh, no, okay, we're down to attempting to barter for 3 gold, a song, and maybe a smooch. 3 gold and some information of our own. Okay, so the information and the smooches are both on the table, it seems. Maybe a smooch. Okay, so Pal decides to do a bit of haggling. And the gnome replies, it's been a while since somebody tried to haggle me down. Sure, why not? Entertain me. Give me some fun. And so Pal steps up on top of one of the mushroom heads, I suppose is what they're called, mushroom tops, and takes out the recorder and starts playing it and dancing. The gnome seems very much into it, very sort of enthusiastic. Evidently doesn't get an awful lot of entertainment like this as it's going around. And yeah, just Pal's doing a little jig as they're playing the recorder. As this is happening, Pal kind of notices slightly apprehensively that they are slowly lifting off the ground while this is happening. Evidently the gnome has a few more powers than you may have anticipated, but it's just trying to entertain itself. So Pal is doing a dance in the air while playing the recorder. And as the song comes to an end, just falls back down onto the mushroom, bounces onto the floor, harmlessly, but it makes the gnome laugh. And it seems to have a good time. It says, oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had good fun with that. Alright then, 3 gold, good bit of entertainment, I'll tell you. This is what a gnome sounds like, by the way. So let me actually get the information, that'd be helpful. He accepts the payment of 3 gold, enjoying the entertainment that was put on. Pal is still confused as to why he was in the air for a bit. Or they were in the air for a bit, my apologies. And the gnome smiles and says, right, I saw a skeleton of a goblin inside a stone crypt somewhere to the north, I think it was. Maybe not. Might not be the goblin you're looking for, but hey, that's what I know, that's my information. And he says he doesn't have anything, got nothing more to tell you. Thanks for the good laugh. Good luck. And yeah, that's it. He says he saw the skeleton of a goblin in a crypt to the north. Is that helpful? I don't know. So yeah, you shave your 3 bits of gold off of the bar, and doop doop. There it goes. So hang on, let me. Well, at the moment you're at a crossroads, or you're not at a crossroads. Rather, you're literally at an east-west passage, and there's a gnome here on some mushrooms. Now, stickers, hugbots. Oh, there's Plamps. Hello, Plamps. We've just met a gnome, and we danced for him, and played the recorder, and we levitated for a bit. Ah, love a little toast, not pineapple. Avocado, that's the one. It twerked for him. I didn't specify the dance, so I can leave that up to you. Don't know why I'm trying to put so much detail into this. Anyway, there's a gnome. It's on a mushroom. Genome. So we can either continue west or we can go back and head north. Fun fact, when I was going through this game, this path that we're currently heading west along, if you head east, go the other way, you don't see this guy. I don't know why. It's just a thing. It's just something I found when I was mapping out the game. So I can show you. Hang on. Here's this part of the thing. There's like, if you head west, you see the gnome. If you head east, nothing. It's very strange. Did I die when I played through it? Almost certainly. It's been a while since I've actually played through it though. But I just went through it sort of mapping things out. Yeah, luckily we saw the gnome, yeah. I thought it made sense, regardless of which way you went, you should probably see the gnome. But, because you are following paths after all. But as it happens, you went the way that makes sense anyway. Luckily you saw the gnome, the genome, the gnome. Gnombi. Okay. What are we doing? We have a vote for Smooch, then go north. One for Smooch with consent, then go north. One for Norg Honk. That's a sentence I just said. And there's one for Blow Him a Kiss and head north. Glad you saw the gnome, he was a fungi. No, you shan't, Terrell. Let the mushroom jokes die. I'm spory you had to hear this. Right, so Pal goes in for the Smooch, as is their trademark at this particular point. The gnome, confused, disappears in a puff of smoke before the Smooch can happen. At least you hope it's smoke anyway. The mushroom's involved. Let's get away from the smoke cloud as fast as you can. So the Smooch, alas, did not occur. Pal is slightly downhearted by this, but they decide to go north, as by the instructions of the gnome, and I now need to work out how to do that. What? I didn't do it. The gnome did. Don't blame me. Okay, cool. So we're heading Norg to there. Right. Did you do? I'm not anti. Look, I gave many smooches last time. It's circumstantial. The gnome is a suspicious individual. Okay, cool. So Pal heads up. Ooh. Up to the. Oh, there. I've done things on wrong layers. Anyway, it goes north. And as Pal is heading north, they notice a large mud pool bubbling loudly. Steam is rising from the warm, thick mud on the floor. Pal recalls certain tales of magical mud that exists in various places that would be bubbling in the ground. Some that they can heal wounds, some that throwing gold or gold pieces into them will bring luck. Yeah. What do you want to do? There's bubble in mud on floor. Bog of eternal stench, if you wish. Let me just fix this before I draw some mud. And the bog of eternal smooch. Right, so heading off. Almost did it again. Blah, blah, blah. Let me reset the vote. There we go. There's a bog. What's with it? It's bubbling. It's steaming. You and Pal recalls certain sort of old wives' tales about magical mud in sort of natural springs, natural sort of heat springs, as it were. Some of the tales say that you can apply it to wounds and they'll heal them. Other ones say that throwing in valuable items such as gold pieces will bring luck. Yeah. Ultimately, it's a puddle of mud in the field. I think we're still in the field. But, oh yeah, we're in the sort of flat lands. So yeah, bubbling, steaming mud. Is it confusing mud with a wishing well? I mean, how lucky was the last well we went to? You could have chosen to toss a coin into that if you wanted. Anyway, Miss, in answer to your implication that I draw Pal cuter than you do, I just have to do it faster. So it always ends up being slightly cuter or slightly more awful. I like the one ear up, one ear down in confusion. Not in confusion, but when thinking. A bit like horses. I like the idea that their mood can be discerned via the positioning of the ears. You prefer my version? Yours is great. The thing is, it's one of those things where, like, you kind of have an idea in your head of things, and that sort of conditions your response to a finished product. So while you are technically seeing what I'm drawing, you are not seeing what I'm seeing in my head as I'm trying to draw this. So I'm glad you like it, but at the same time, you know, we all get to see your very nice and cool detailed drawings when they're done, as it were. Whereas you have the kind of work in progress images, you have the idea in your head of what it should have been like, and all these sorts of things, and they colour your opinion of these things. And I just to let you know that that we like it, even if you are sort of biased against it. Ooh, there's a link. It's a crow. Hello, crow. How you doing? It's Gutenberg. Gutenberg has joined. Hooray! Yes, hopefully your sick feeling dissipates. No, that'll do. Perspective is my enemy. Along with Anna and Tommy. Why did it make it look like a link? Oh, it's just because there's not a space after the full stop. So it thinks it's a timelapse.u. That's fine, doesn't matter. I wouldn't advise clicking on it, just in case. But I can't imagine it will go to anything. Maybe you'll show the time lapse, you see the struggles, you never said your version wasn't acceptable, you just prefer this cute and simple version. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like... Yeah. Right. So, what have we got? We have 2 votes for smear mud on self Schwarzenegger style and throw a gold piece in for good luck. Make mud into lip balm for magical smooches. 1, release the bees. Still no bees, you can check your inventory. 1 for spread mud on wounds. So, yeah, generally speaking, I don't I'm going to look up to see what this Schwarzenegger thing is. Is there a particular film you have in mind? Oh, okay, I see. Schwarzenegger mud is enough. Predator, by the looks of it. Yeah, Predator. Not a film I've seen. Oh, well, that's a picture, isn't it? Okay, so it's just going to be sort of muddy and shiny for the rest of the thing, I suppose. Oh, he looks young there. Anyway, one day we're going to have bees and we're going to release them. You're all going to be like, oh, maybe... That wasn't supposed to be a pun, but it just kind of came out like that. Twistily gets to Metal Gear Solid 3, yeah. It's, bees are a motif early on in the game. Elu 2, Giro. That's just a sequence of syllables, isn't it? Okay, so... Pal... takes the old Wild Tales advice and just jumps headfirst into the mud. Where are we? And slathers themselves head to toe. I don't know if they want to take anything off at first. You're coming out of your luck to shame that pun. That's fair enough. You'd have told me to buzz off. But you do. That's fine. Pal soon realizes that there isn't necessarily anything in the tales about healing wounds or anything along those lines. The wounds, if anything, sting in the mud, but the warmth of the mud certainly seems to relax the muscles a bit and does wonders for relaxing the shoulders after 2 arrow wounds. So it recovers some health, but not as much as you would have hoped. It recovers 4 health, which is the same as a provision, so why not? It's unlikely to be able to heal anything serious, but nonetheless, it's pleasant. So where are we? And oh, you got to catch a bus. Get the bus. Go get the bus. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, so, and then, that's our inventory. So yeah, it heals some health, which is nice. Just relaxes you a bit, tenses you up, allows you to have a little bit of a rest, relax, makes you feel better, reinvigorates you, essentially. Let me refresh, there we go. Better health, good. And you decided to toss in a coin for good luck. just a random coin you have. You stand around, sort of waiting for some sort of whoosh of luck, some sort of enthusiastic, signal, a sign, some sort of glowing light or whatever, and nothing really happens, and you kind of feel like a bit of an idiot for thinking that would work, because it's mud. It's not, as you said, it's wishing wells, isn't it? Wishing wells are the thing. That's why would throwing a coin into mud be a thing? And you've lost a coin now. So yeah, all in all, a bit stupid. You lose a coin and you lose a luck. There we go. We do have a bottle full of water. I don't know where that went. Look, you thought it would be a good idea to throw a gold coin into some mud. I thought that'd be a lucky thing to do. I didn't say you could do that. I just said these are the things you've heard before. Old wives' tales aren't always true. Or if they are, it didn't work here anyway. Snag off our wig, why don't you? I don't think we have a wig. We're wearing a helmet. There's a pompadour under there somewhere. Fill up a little Carmex container with mud. The mud doesn't have healing properties. It's just the fact that you could sort of immerse yourself as much as you did in this mud that allowed you to just sort of relax. You've been on this journey for a long time. Taking some of this mud with you, it'll go cold. It won't work. You can't take any. You could come back occasionally, but it's not going to work for a while. Well, that's interesting. The emoticons are different, even though they're the same. The emojis are the same, but the emoticons you've used to make them are different. Kiro's one was angry, but Mrs. one was sad. Mud smoochies in case we meet Moonshine Saibin. Saibin? Weird seems to know what you're talking about. Hi, Weird. So. Oh, an ad pod. Okay, fair enough. Right, now you're covered in mud, and you've lost a gold coin and some luck. Where'd you want to go? Now you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're here, you can continue carrying on north if you desire. North, north, north. I assume north, but nonetheless. I didn't trick you. I would just like to say, for the purposes of roleplay, I suppose. Is there no music? Does the music stop again? Is YouTube being annoying? YouTube's being annoying. Stop doing that. Pausing my videos. How dare you? The book literally says, there's some bubbling mud in front of you. Would you like to apply some to your body, or would you like to throw a coin in? There's no context for it whatsoever. I thought I'd give some sort of context. Pal's a brain idiot. It's fine. I mean, Pal has conflicting mental voices, illustrating or giving impetus behind what to do. Norg, sullenly north. Sullenly north again? Not sure what the difference is there. And sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, north, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face. What's the difference between the sullenly norths? They should be the same. Why are they different? I don't know. How peculiar. Okay, so we travel north with a disappointed air around us for reasons which are, I think, probably quite obvious. Look, think of it this way. You paid a gold coin and some luck to recover health. Where are we? Okay, cool. So, Pal continues north. Sullenly. And while they're in a bad mood, walking along these plains with the mud crisping up on their bodies under the heat of the sun, high in the sky, Pal looks up and sees a large flying creature Certainly bigger than any bird that they've seen before. And given that Pal is quite small, it's panda. But I didn't hear that alert. I don't know why. Thank you. Suddenly north. And suddenly, in the north, the bird in the sky screeches loudly. And you can... Well, that one made a sound. Why did the other one not make sound? Maybe I was just speaking. That is an appropriate picture. Or sticker, I should say. Because, as it screeches loudly, you can see its long head and mouth full of sharp teeth. Its green skin is reptilian, and its wings span some 5 meters. There is nowhere to take cover in the valley floor. So you must either fight or flee the pterodactyl, which is swooping down on you. Miss got it right. I've now got to draw a pterodactyl. So there's not a lot of options here. There's not really anywhere to hide. You could run somewhere, north, west, east. You're basically on a plain, so it's not an awful lot you've got to go on. Is there anything I can tell you about the surrounding area? That might be helpful. Diddle-ding, diddle-ding. Up ahead you do see some tree trunks sort of scattered around, but any further than that and you'll be running for a long time. You could attempt to run. Like I say, it's going to be difficult. This thing can fly and is an aerial predator. So how do pterodactyls work? I literally have a reference in front of me, even though it's a robot. And a sticker, but I'll try my best. Why is this a weird thing? No, it seems to be working. Ah, my reference is gone. Yeah, there's that good Elder Scrolls motif. Ah, this is a very convoluted way of getting you to post stickers, really, isn't it? Wasn't the intent? Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, Plamps has gone to catch a bus, haven't they? I think, yeah, the monster hunting instinct would have been helpful here. Although Crow's here, so don't they have like heads like that, something like that? Is it like a kiwi and the nostrils are on the end? So that's what I'm going to say. I must learn to do like talons and things differently to that because I draw those things so many times. I did a lot of those yesterday. That's kind of a pterodactyl. Can you tell I wasn't a dinosaur kid when I was younger? I wasn't really into dinosaurs. Insert Ride of the Valkyries music. I just realised I did this exact same scene for the Wyvern. I hope you don't mind. That I'm recycling camera angles. So yeah, there's some sort of tree stumps up ahead. I haven't looked at chat for a while. But that's fine. There's not a lot of chat going on apparently because you're just waiting for me to finish. Judging me, not Oobs. Why are you judging me? What? Look, I'm bad. It's pretty straightforward. I'm bad. I do these things without reference. That is the brief. I cannot use reference. If I can recycle camera angles, you can recycle Pal AU comics by making the same comic of the Wyvern only with a pterodactyl. Yeah, fair enough. They're getting increasingly more confused. Sushi? What? Oh, shush. Okay, cool. Right, what have we got? We have 2 votes for throw net of entanglement when it swoops to attack, to ensnare and bring it down. 1 for log that dino into the net. Okay. 1 for take defensive stance, prepare for offensive smooching. 1 for use net of entanglement to capture and fly pterodactyl. 1 for use net against dino verb. Okay. So Pal retrieves the net of entanglement from their bag. And just as the pterodactyl is swooping down to attack them, it throws the net at the pterodactyl, entangling it, as it does. Roll for luck. So roll 2d6, try and get 5 or less. That's a 10. The net doesn't slow the pterodactyl down, and the pterodactyl crashes into you, causing 3 points of health damage. Sort of knocking you over to the other side. Your helmet avoids any sort of cranial impact. But the pterodactyl is down, and the pterodactyl's so much as sticker material. It's something. So the pterodactyl is down and it's thrashing around inside the net. You don't know how long the magic on the net's going to last for. And every time you try to get near the pterodactyl, it thrashes around. It can still cause damage from within inside. So, yeah. What now? The pterodactyl is no longer an immediate threat. But the net is magical, and the magic is temporary. It only lasts once, and you don't know when it wears off. What are we all talking about? There's a Triforce. Hello. Hugs. Hugs for the Triforce. How y'all doing? You missed our levitating dance and when they decided to throw some gold in the mud. You're at Taco's Chukis. My apologies for bad pronunciation. Oh yeah, I should take out the net. For the moment, anyway. Because you no longer have it in your inventory. Oh yeah, and 3 points of damage. I'm quiet. I should be normal volume. I mean, I am testing out audio stuff, but shouldn't be particularly... I mean, I might be a little quieter, maybe, because of the not particularly strong compression. I should probably change that at some point. I can sort things out for next time. It's fine. Rock hands. Oh, I wasn't talking at all. Oh, I see. I wasn't talking. That's fine. That happens. Sorry. How you doing? You doing well? What are we doing? We have votes for 1 for Leg It North, 1 for Smooch Him on the Belly, then Run North, 1 for Cheese It North, 1 for Run Away to the North, 1 for Fly to the North, you fool! Fly, you fools! And 1 for Breed with Bear to make a Bearodactyl. Who was that? I'm going to scroll up. Who was that? Oh, that was Try. Okay, that makes sense. It was either Try or Emily, not sure which. You're getting food because hunger. That's a good reason to get food. Yeah. You're just saying cook dino meat right or you'll get real sick. It's just giant apex chickens. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to cook through that sheer quantity of meat. And make sure you get, you know, the middle bit cooked. Cook for the dino. That's nice. But I think the general consensus is to leg it. So Pal decides to leg it. Or cheese it, or whatever you decide to, however you wish to, describe this. Stop being nice to the death machine. I mean, you can give it a little sort of kiss on the belly before it goes away. The magic will eventually wear off and it'll fly away, but not before you're long gone. So yeah. I'll give you the belly smooch, that's fine. You can do that. Just because you didn't get it with a gnome. Alright, yeah, so you managed to evade the attack of the pterodactyl. And you continue, I presume, north by legging it. 1 raspberry 2, please. I mean, that's part of the belly smooch, really, isn't it? Pterodactyl stickers. Thank you very much, Try. I don't know what the mobile app is like for Mixer. So, yeah. What? Hang on. What's the thing? 247. That's. I read that wrong. Okay. So as you're running to the north, trying to get away from the pterodactyl before it can get back up into the sky and have another crack at you, you see that the path continues to the north, but you do find, on the grass beside the path, a small yellow arrow pointing to the west. There is no path that goes that way, but nonetheless there is an arrow pointing in that direction. Do you want to carry on following the path, or do you want to follow the arrow? So let's update the map a bit. Here's power. Oops. Here is the pterodactyl, still alive. You know, if you're going to come back this way, do bear that in mind. Why is that a better picture of a pterodactyl already? Then you get the idea. You wasn't listening what's happening. You have continued, you run north after trapping the pterodactyl. Oops. And on your way north, you found a yellow arrow in the grass pointing to the west. There is no path in that direction, but nonetheless you can check it out. Or you can continue running north. It's up to you. I should say it's painted. It's not just, there's not just an arrow, like a wooden arrow that's yellow. It's painted in the grass. I've had my share of contentious descriptions of arrows up to this point. So I want to try and be specific. If you are going to investigate the arrow, you're probably going to be quite quick. Probably going to have to be quite quick. I had difficulty with that sentence for some reason. I do need to find like sort of wit practice online, if that's a thing. Ability to try and sort of know what to say relatively quickly and come up with ideas and say things properly and all these sorts of stuff. Should you feature arrow signs in Starfinder, you seem to blindingly follow them. I mean, if there's a part of the story you really, really want them to follow, then maybe. But then again, there's the difference between knowing that the adventure was constructed by someone they know who is running the game, and knowing that the person running the game is just reading out of a book, like I am. So you have a 30-foot dino to corral them currently. That's a good impetus, I think. So we have 3 for Norg and 1 for West. So we're going to ignore the arrow and continue running to the north to try and find some sort of shelter for just in... Well, things are going fine. I still have yet to catch up. I really must. Are you doing it weekly or is it every other week? I can't remember. So yeah. We're going to keep going north. We're going to keep running north every other week. Okay, cool. I've got a bit more time to get on it. Although I am going to be working on the SSS comic, so I'm going to have plenty of time to listen to stuff. Right. So you continue running your way along the valley floor. And you find your way back into the wall of forest that is the Darkwood Forest that encircles the plains that you've been running across for a while. You're happy that just as you get into the underbrush, the sound of a screeching pterodactyl flying into the air is sounded behind you, and you can make your way into the undergrowth to escape detection. The pterodactyl is now loose again. But you're safe, so it's fine. Right, so you continue through. The path leads into the undergrowth. There's lots of thorns and trees, and it's very unpleasant, very dark. And before long, as always, you come to a junction. If I do need to check this one because there's one junction in this part of the game that doesn't make sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a junction east or west. Can I tell you anything about them? Hang on, let me just check something before we start the vote. I want to try and give you an idea as to sort of something that might be interesting. Oh yeah, that's a weird one. As to what Pal might be able to see from the path. Okay, so to the east, you don't see anything to the east in and of itself, but you do see rather large, not too large, not as large as the giants that you saw before, footprints heading that way, seemingly of something heavy. And to the west, you don't see any footprints of any remark, but you do see, or you hear rustling in the bushes and the trees to the west. So yeah. You still need to listen to the end of the Starfire section. You had to leave it at the end. I really need to catch up. So you're back in the forest. Over here. It's an east-west path. We'd recorded it, yes, I know, and that's my catch-up material. Oh, and you've pinned the recording. Fantastic, excellent. Yeah, so just to reiterate, you were at a crossroads. To the east, yeah, you see heavy footprints heading off in that direction. To the west, you don't see any footprints, but you do hear rustling in the bushes and the trees. There is a recording. You're thinking of the next one, you'll go ahead and record your screen so that people can have a visual of R20. That's cool. It obviously, a 4-hour video recording is going to be much larger than a 4-hour audio recording, but... is it 4 hours? With a 15-minute break? I think that's what it is. Why are there two wests? Why does this happen? Wiki wiki wild, wiki wiki west, wiki wild. Yes. I posted it in the Discord, but I've been listening to Neil Cicerega's remix of that Wild Wild West theme. And it's very good. Wow, wow, it's called. Yeah, give Dark one less thing to worry about. It's got a lot on his plate. It is professional indeed. Yeah. Also, I didn't know this. I was looking this up when I was looking up the just the film Wild Wild West because I heard it was bad. I haven't seen it myself. Apparently, it's bad. But it was based on a TV series, like a black and white TV series about sci-fi cowboys. I had no idea that was the thing. I really want to watch it now. Apparently, it was really good. Oh, does that count as a vote? Can you have dollar signs in a thing? You can. Yay! Look at that. So yeah, it's just apparently just sort of an interesting idea for a show. Sort of sci-fi cowboy, sort of black and white sort of thing. I suppose this was sort of back in the era of like the Twilight Zone and shows like that. They say it was like a kind of like detective spy show sort of thing. I don't know. It's just an interesting idea. I know. I only heard of this when I looked up the film. It's like, why is this not a thing? They've tried a bit like Westworld, kind of, I suppose, but actual. There might be robots in there. Why not? The music. No, there is background music. It's just very quiet. Turn it up a tad. There's more ambience than music. Cowboys and Aliens 2. Cowboys and Aliens? Space Cowboy. That might be a little loud, maybe. Ambience is hard to detect. Anyway, everybody's saying west, so let's head west. The west is this way, isn't it? Yes. We're going to go and follow the rustling. Oh, I just remembered what this is. Right. Hang on, I've just got to check I'm on the thing. Cowboy Bebop is the best sci-fi cowboys. I still have yet to watch that. It's the only anime that's actually sort of made me go, that looks interesting. Although Full Metal Alchemist has also done that, but apparently there's various different versions and sequels, and that's confusing. Yes, we are on that page. That's good. Cool. So, in that case, let us go. Oh, this is another one of the ones where you encounter it one way but not the other. Which doesn't make sense. You're coming out of alert to say Cowboy Bebop is indeed best. Yeah? Cool. Watch Brotherhood if you decide to watch FMA. Okay, just Brotherhood. Cool, okay. Right. Well, in that case, you head west. Follow the sound of the rustling in the trees and the leaves. Right. The path forces its way through the gnarled trees and the thorny bushes. Luckily, Pal is relatively short and can avoid most of these things. You hear rustling all around you. Lots of wildlife and strange angry squirrels, as you've encountered before. But as you get into the thicker bushes and undergrowth, you hear that some of the rustling above you starts turning into low growling. And you look above to see a creature which appears to be... I will read verbatim from the book. You see a creature which appears to be half cat and half girl lying on the branch over the path. It has short black shiny fur like a panther, but there are paws at the end of its arms and legs with sharp claws. Its face has human features with slanted eyes and long teeth. It looks as if it's about to pounce. You have encountered a cat woman, which I now need to draw. How could I get out of this? Catwoman, apparently. Right, so, Catwoman. Yes, Catwoman, I know. No, poor Aerodactyl. You're sad. I'm liking these votes. So sort of laying on a branch, I believe was the description. So here's a branch. Nah, that's the dog person. But nonetheless, cool. Thank you for the sticker. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, what are we doing? Whoa, look at that one. That's a complicated one. That didn't turn out right. I'm going to need to work on the formatting. Oh, I know why that did. Okay, I need to... cool. That worked better. But nonetheless, I need to make sure my voting system doesn't try to encode the text that's coming in. I can do that. That's fine. Yeah, that one works. That one's cool. Catwoman. Oh, miss, you've lost a little bit of innocence this day. Thought Triforce has taken the last of your innocent brain with the book. Oh no, there's a lot more to go. The internet has had decades to fester. There is always more innocence to spoil. How do arms work? What is this pose? Look, I don't know. Just sort of like laying down and with the sort of legs like that. And then like... It's explicitly mentioned to be a cat woman, so... As all cat women have, must have some sort of boobage. But it's a cat, isn't it? So it's like... She's wearing a tasteful suit to cover it up. Or maybe, as is the thing, there's always a boob window. So there's a boob window there, there's a boob window there, and a boob window there. I'm not going to spend too much time on this drawing because I don't want to be assimilated by those parts of the internet. Keep going, sweaty. This is much too majestic music for what's going on right now. I was just thinking, you're not drawing this next. I was just thinking, oh, it'd be cool, you know. Miss gets the whole gnome dance scene. That would be a really cool thing to draw, and you know that would be the sort of the visual highlight of this stream. And nope, here's a six-breasted cat woman. Khajiit has wares to sell. These are not the wares you're looking for. Go back to elsewhere. Maybe the Skyrim music is appropriate. Who knows? So here's Cat Lady. My original plan was to go with something sort of very cartoony, like Hello Kitty. And then I realised that I don't really know how to do that, and I ended up with this. The thing I was desperately trying to avoid. Oh, tail. Be a bushy tail. With stripes, because shush, my cat has a stripy tail. Don't care if it makes you think of a raccoon or whatever. Don't tag me. Hello Kitty was my the first one I did. I tried to do just Hello Kitty because I thought it'd be funny because it's against what you would expect of this sort of thing, and that didn't work. So I deleted it and started with this. It's not my cat. This is not my cat. She wouldn't wear anything like this. And she certainly wouldn't be in this position. She would scratch your eyes out. Right, what are we doing? Hello Kitty. No, yeah, Kitty wasn't the inspiration for this. Let's move on. We have, as our votes, can you clowl me? What? My cat's not an angel. She's just not this. She's something. We have Nya, we have that face, we have Yarn, we have that face. One for that, because people apparently want me to say the word beginning with Y. Which, I mean, there's not a lot of dignity left for me on this stream, but I'm gonna try and keep that intact. Or did I say it earlier? I might have said it earlier. What are we actually meant to be voting for? We broke down. Just, there's a Catwoman in front of you. What's your plan of action? The plan of action apparently is just to make cat noises. I'm not drawing more of this. This is all you get. Oh good, we've only got a quarter of an hour left. Whew. Right, I'm going to explore what happens in the various options in the book so that I know how to react to what you're doing. Hello lady, are you also going to try and kill me? Oh, that's interesting. Another weird foible with the game. Okay, fine. Phenomena. Call the fire department. I like that one. Oh, you're going off the end of the screen. Didn't expect this many different votes. Right, so recount. We now have 10 completely different votes, apparently. Which are 1. How the fuck are you? Is that like, are you doing all right, or is that a variation of what the fuck are you? 1 for, one for ask what the fuck are you? That's probably the connection there. 1 for ask her if she knows where the hammerhead is. 1 for scare away with loud doot. 1 for scratch me daddy. Was that try? It was. 1 for say hello lady, are you also going to try and kill me? 1 for doot your duty. Is that like do your duty, but do your duty. Try, I know your brand, it's fine. I wasn't wrong. One for throw one of the money slippers as a distraction / toy, and one for call the fire department. There's 3 for talk and 2 for doot. Oh no, there's 4 for talk. There's 4 variations of talking and 2 variations of playing the recorder. So, okay, so the variations of speaking are saying, what the fuck are you, how the fuck are you, asking where the hammerhead is, or saying, hello, are you also going to kill me? I'm going to go with the, hello, are you also going to kill me? Because Powell looks up at the cat lady and says, hello, are you also going to kill me? The cat lady then pounces down on all fours onto the floor and begins running at Powell, claws outstretched with no real intention to stop. You are under siege. You're being attacked by the cat lady. You want to be devoured by a giant cat? Is that so wrong? I mean, societally, there are worse things to desire. So, sure. Show it mercy by kill. I'm up for that. I'm up for anything that ends this. Do a moida. One for set it on fire. We still have the torch. I imagine it's probably on. Is it on? I mean, not me. I'll give you the opportunity. You were wandering in dense, dark undergrowth for a bit. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say you activated your torch in the meantime. Oh, I got 5 points in my own chat for my bot replying to the infantry command. That's nice. I like how I'm so low level in my own channel that they don't give you like levels for streaming. Very strange system. So we have 1 for show it mercy, kill, do a murder, set it on fire, and then the last one. I think generally speaking we want combat. That seems to be the way to go. You can escape at any time, back the way you came, if you so desire. But you have chosen to fight for now. Combat! Right, where are we? The Catwoman growls and snarls as it runs towards you, and it leaps at you. Luckily, Pal is prepared for battle, jumps out of the way of the first attack, and is ready, sword unsheathed, to slay this foul beast. Righty-ho. So, where are we? Okay, cool. So, it's not particularly powerful. There's, what? 5, 8? Well, 8. We have, how much skill do we have? We have 8, but that amounts to 9 because of the helmet. We have 16 stamina. Cool. So the way this combat works, as for those of you who are unaware, no, we don't need those. These are the skills of the respective characters. This is Pal over here. And this is Cat Lady. This is the health, stamina. And you roll 2d6 for each character. Add that to the skill, and whoever has the highest skill at the end of that round causes damage to the opponents, 2 damage at a time. So yeah. We begin with Pal and then the cat. So we have a 7, which goes to 16, and then a 5, which goes to 13. So that means Pal wins, because it's got the higher value. You cause 2 damage, brings it down to 3. Roll again, that's a 6, brings us up to 15. and a 7 brings us up to 15, so that's a draw. You go in for another swing, but the cat manages to clasp the sword between the paws at the last moment. It's a clever thing. This has been around some sort of civilization before. It's not entirely stupid. I know it's not entirely stupid because it doesn't want to exist anymore. So that's all score draw. I'm losing track of the things that we've done. So what was that? There was a 7. So there's the 7. So we now have a 4 and a 4. It's literally the same roll. So that's 13 versus 12. That's a hit. Brings down to 1. Double sixes. 21. It's a sparkly 21. And you... Yeah, you. It doesn't really matter what this is. He's dead. You do such a strong attack that the cat lady ends cleft in twain. So does the branch, why not? Yeah, and she falls to the floor lifeless, and you have defeated the Catwoman. Can we skin her for a nice cat suit? You look around on her body and see that... Where are we? Yes, you search the body of the Catwoman and you see that the ears, while covered in the image, are pierced with 2 gold studs, each worth 5 gold pieces. So that's 10 gold you've managed to gain. But you see nothing else of interest on the body of the cat. The suit they were wearing is neither suited to goblins nor intact anymore. I assume you want to take the earrings. Stealing more money. Oops, I just accidentally took money away from you, that's not right. Okay, so... Right. Cool. I'll give you sort of the one last vote for now. Where are we with there? Cool. Cool. We are here. Here's a Catwoman. ... oh, I did that on the wrong layer again. One of these days, I'll get the right layer. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so what do we want to do now? Nobody stopped to think that she might have kittens. Look, I mean, the option was there to run away. Oh, hello. I've broken a thing. However, oh, wait, there's not a comma there. There we go. There's the image at the bottom is the 2 gold earrings. Each worth 5 gold pieces, so we now have 40 gold in total. Let me have a look at my thing. Where bloody catsuit. Okay, cool. What are we doing? We have 2 votes for West and 1 vote for Wear Bloody Catsuit. It seems like we're going West. You head West. Guess what you find? It's very, very important to know what you find here. You find Crossroads. The south leads out of the forest, north leads further into the deeper, darker, deep forest. So yeah, north-south. This will be our last vote for the evening, before we end. I will give you a description of the way you end up, but we will end before we actually do anything with it. Getting close to the invincible wall at the edge of the world. Look, it's very, very, very thick forest around the edges. You're only allowed in and out in very specific areas. It's like Final Fantasy IX when like the thorns all close together and then solidify. It's difficult. South is out of the thick forest. There's the big thing. There's the big like plains area in the middle. And then all around the edge is the actual forest itself. So yeah, we're currently in the last sort of area of forest. But we could go back into the plains if we wanted. What should we put here? Oh, there's a footstep. Yeah, there were footsteps here, wasn't there? So use these as an identifier. I like trying to have identifiers for Crossroads so that if we need to come back, you can say go to the footsteps and all that sort of stuff. Right, we have 1 for Norg, 1 for South, 1 for North, and 1 for Norg. Different Norg. So we're heading Norg. Here, we're going Norg. The description of the area Norg. Asshole, you missed it. Oh yeah. There was a guy, Aragon, I believe the name was, who you entered the house of, and he said, "How dare you enter my house?" Or he invited you in, and then said, "How dare you enter my house? Give me things, and otherwise I will turn you to stone." So on your way out, you decided to carve asshole into the beam above his door. So that's there now. Right, where are we? We are at a thing. I need to check my map because things. We're heading Norg. I didn't clean up my map very well there, did I? Oh, okay, that's the one. Okay. Right, so you travel north. The trees begin to thin out a little bit. And amidst the trees, Pal notices to the left of the path a small stone building covered in ivy and moss. Hang on, let me just look at the thing because I'll give you information about the building. The building is relatively small. It's 3 meters by 3 meters and has no windows. The door is made of stone and looks very solid. There is no handle, and there does not appear to be another way to enter the building other than the door itself. However, you do notice a very small keyhole in the stone door. And that is where we end it. We end by a seemingly impenetrable stone building. Right, well. Thank you very much for coming along to this, what seemed to be like fun stream until we got to the Catwoman. Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming along. Thank you again to Miss for this very, 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 very nice art. Thank you to Gusenberg for popping along. It's been a while since we've seen you. Hopefully you've had a good time, and hopefully you feel a bit better soon. That Catwoman's going to haunt us. It's going to do something. We did cut it in half, but who knows? Cats have 9 lives. We've got 8 more to go. And with that, you mean Miss is already drawing it, yeah. So yeah. Oh, lovely, I miss you. Oh, that's very kind. We miss you too. Hopefully you're having a good time. Right. Yeah. Bold of you to assume we're the first to kill the Catwoman. Good point. Maybe that's why it's like, why do I exist? Because it's been killed before, and it's like, I thought this would end. So, yeah. I don't think I have anything else particularly to say at the end of this. Do give me feedback on the quality of the sound of my voice, because I can actually fiddle around with EQ and compression and stuff like that, which I couldn't do before. So, yeah. We have XCOM on Saturday. Boom, there it is. Actually making progress. We should hopefully be able to start the assault on the base next week, maybe? Possibly, we'll see. Meow or ever. No, I can't think of a pun that isn't absolutely awful. So we're gonna move on. Apologies for the pause. Thank you for coming along. We have XCOM on Saturday. We have, I presume, Chibi Nether's Days on Thursday. Yes. We also have, as always, the daily Emily streams. Sorry to interrupt you. Just looked up Starfinder races for inspiration, and there are badger people. Lovely badger people. Chibi Nether's Days. Hurrah! Is it going to be a continuation of your 1789 draw through? 1789? Probs yes, cool. Did anyone die last week in XCOM? I don't think so. Apologies for the pause. Yay, someone got it. Space Red Wall, why not? Yeah, so Chibi Nether's Days tomorrow. We have more Pokemon streams from Emily, I presume. Later on today. I don't know if anyone else is streaming after this, but do make yourself known. We have our streaming team, the Purple Star Gang, as you can see underneath the stream. We still don't have an image for the team, but that's because things were going awry with trying to upload it. Want to finish 1789 so people and I can keep up with the story a bit. Cool. Right, cool. Fantastic. Thank you for coming along. Have a wonderful time, everybody, and goodbye.